Hello everyone, I'm Alex and this is Alex Walks and Talks Debt. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you've seen a few other of my videos, welcome back. As always, if you guys find value in what I do and what I talk about, please like, comment, and subscribe. So let me begin by stating that the title of this video is not intended to be a dog whistle or anything like that. I'm neither a Republican nor a Democrat. I'm just a guy who tries to look at facts and form my own opinions. And in this case, I believe that the Biden administration is very much incorrect. So let me begin by setting a bit of background. So in 2022, the three major credit bureaus began removing paid medical debts from consumer credit reports. That means it really began being treated differently than other debts at that point. What I mean is this. If you or I fail to pay an auto loan and it goes to collections, that collections action remains on your credit report for 7 years. Pay that auto loan off and the collections report remains there for the duration of that 7 years. However, in 2022, as I mentioned, medical debt began being treated differently. So paid medical debts with a collections action reported to a credit bureau were then eliminated. So that means that the collections action was removed from credit reports and doesn't remain there for the usual period of 7 years. Then in 2023, they began removing all outstanding balances under $500. So in my opinion, there's some sound logic behind the decision, which was prompted by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. So medical billing itself is highly inaccurate, and in many cases, paid bills even get sent to collections even though they've, again, been paid in full. So in that case, you could see why a $500 debt, preventing someone from doing something like making a major financial decision or reaching a major financial milestone like getting a mortgage, someone being prevented in that case, there's something wrong there, right? Anyway, there's a lot of inaccuracy in medical billing, and there are also a lot of highly dubious debt collection practices, including the practice of debt parking. I talk about that in another video, and I'll talk about it again a little bit further. But anyway, long story short, in my opinion, the decision to remove $500 debts from credit reports, $500 and under, makes sense. So I say all of that to say that I somewhat agree with the CFPB and the Biden administration that dubious debts below $500 shouldn't be on credit reports. In fact, anything dubious shouldn't be there, but unfortunately it is as a result of many factors. I actually recently talked about one particular case which showed how an $80 unpaid, it was a medical insurance copay, basically became a $1,500 bill that was false, and that ended up getting reported to a debt collections agency, which basically refused, well, actually not only refused to remove it from the person's credit report, but also threatened to sue them if they didn't pay $1,500 in full. So that's kind of one example of just how dubious the whole process is. Not even not even just the debt collections stage alone, but prior to that as well. But anyway, that's part of a practice that I pretty much frankly think is evil. It's called debt parking. I linked that story, that video, in the last 30 minutes of this video. I do truly believe that it's worth a watch for those looking for the truth about what happens in the medical debt collections practice. It isn't as black and white as you might believe, but or as some might believe. So long story short, the debt collections industry is deeply flawed and it's complicit in the problem. But let me get back to the whole point of the $500 limit being removed from credit reports and what is now happening. Because again, as I stated in the title, I think the Biden administration really dropped the ball on this one. So anyway, the practice of small erroneous medical bills getting onto people's credit report is so prevalent that I can sort of agree that a single, $500 unpaid medical debt probably isn't indicative of financial irresponsibility. And that's what the CFPB and the Biden administration are using for the logic behind removing all unpaid medical debts under $500 from people's credit reports. Again, I pretty much agree with it because it isn't as black and white as some would believe. However, I think the Biden administration has taken it too far because the administration, in conjunction with the CFPB, has proposed that all medical debt of any level be removed from credit reports under the belief that it isn't representative of an individual's ability to pay back a debt. So if you think about it, that indicates then that somebody who has $100,000 in medical debt is going to be treated the same as someone with $100 in medical debt. So surely someone with $100,000 in medical debt is going to be less capable than someone with $100 in medical debt of repaying any sort of subsequent loan that they take out, right? However, if Biden and the CFPB are successful, those two extreme examples will be treated basically in an identical manner. So to be sure, neither of those debts are being erased. If you or I have $100 in unpaid medical debt or $100,000 in unpaid medical debt, we're still going to have to repay it. It's just that it won't be on the credit report. However, if I go and get a subsequent loan, or you go and get a subsequent loan, both of those unpaid medical debts, $100 and $100,000, wouldn't show up on the report. So medical debt is obviously a very serious issue in the United States. I've talked about it briefly in another video, and I'll link that right here. But anyway, removing the $500 and under bills is almost certainly, in my opinion, a net win, even though it will unfairly include some people who are irresponsible, right? But some positive steps are being made in the way medical debt is treated in relation to credit scores. So medical costs in the US and medical billing practices, medical costs are high, and medical billing practices, those are a huge issue in the United States, and they require solutions. Likewise with the issue that I talked about before, which is debt parking. But regardless, and this is the point I want to get to, the Biden administration's efforts in concert with the CFPB to remove all medical debt from credit reports is flawed. Massive unpaid bills, if inaccurate, need to be priced correctly. Simply pretending they aren't a real burden won't solve the issue, nor will it make such consumers less of a credit risk. So if an unpaid $80 copay is preventing someone from securing a mortgage, it should be easily correctable. If a $100,000 medical debt is preventing the same person from securing a mortgage, that's entirely different. So if the Biden administration, in concert with the CFPB, are successful, they'll effectively be the same. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but to me, there's no way that those two things are the same. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I'm not really one for partisan politics, but in this case, I'm fully, against what the Biden administration is doing. And I think maybe a lot of you guys feel the same. Regardless, if you do or you don't, let me know how you feel. And I hope that you guys found some value in this video. I'm Alex. Again, this is Alex Walks and Talks Debt. If you guys did find any value in what I said, please do like, comment, subscribe. And until the next time, I'll see you guys.